I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh, Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Deion Johnson, the egomaniac that you are. It was signed, sealed, notarized by my attorneys, Sabah, South, and Deese, that I must pass judgment upon you, my brother. You went against the grain. You knew that your maneuver was banned from this organization. And therefore, I want you to know, Deion Johnson, you are suspended, and I hate to tell all the heathens out here that you are suspended 8 weeks from television. And if, in order for you to re-enter competition here, you must pay the tune of fine to 10,000 simoleons. In dummy terms, that means $10,000 that will go in my offering plate to further my ministry.
Oh my God, Redbeard. Deion Johnson has been suspended by Reverend Slim and TC3 until he can pay $10,000.
Did you hear that? $10,000?
Wow.
That's just insane.
Huge news. Cool Breeze and Sweet Dreams are left without their buddy now.
I don't know what's going to happen with Deion Johnson going forward here, folks. But we are moving right along here on NAWA Championship Wrestling Television here on YouTube with another matchup in the Scotty McKeever Memorial Tournament. We are still in the first round, and we are looking at some great competition here, folks, as we've been building towards what is going to be a grand conclusion here, I'm sure of, Michael.
Yeah, we're going to take you to Tony Benge taking on Big Donnie in first round competition here. And this is going to be an exciting matchup. You know, Tony's a wily veteran. He's been around a long time, but so is Big Donnie.
That's right. We've got a combination of veterans here, both guys who are not afraid to get in there and do some underhanded tactics occasionally as well there if they need to in order to get a victory. So we'll see if that comes into play here.
And the winner of this match is going to move on to face Moses Ironton, who took out Little Donnie just like that in the first round action of his match last few weeks ago here on NAW Championship Wrestling, which we encourage you to hit the subscribe button on our channel so you catch every episode, past and present, in the future, and the future episodes.
That's right. If you subscribe, you'll be the first to know whenever we've added new content, folks. And you can also, as Michael said, go back and look at the archives there and get caught up on all that you may have missed here with NAWA Championship Wrestling on YouTube.
Every Saturday at noon, a new episode of NAWA Championship Wrestling drops right here on this channel. Make sure you're plugged in, knowing when to watch.
Now we have Big Donnie, who's on his way out to the ring here. Big Donnie presents a lot of challenges for opponents like Tony Benge, who definitely will give up a lot of mass in terms of the size difference that you'll see here, folks. If you're not familiar with Big Donnie, be prepared because he is on his way to the ring right now.
Why do you keep referring to him as big?
Well, relatively speaking, he is a pretty large man.
You think so?
I think so.
Maybe that's why they call him big.
That could be. You know, it's one of those things where if you compare him to, say, a Volkswagen Beetle, he might not be all that big. But if you compare him to you or I or Tony Benge, he's definitely a big man.
I'd say he is the size of a Volkswagen Beetle.
That's why
here comes the Volkswagen Beetle
exactly
himself, Big Donnie, looking to advance in the first round of the Scotty McKeever Memorial Tournament. Unlike his little brother, Little Donnie, was unsuccessful at.
Yeah, it's one of the things that we've discussed repeatedly here is the sort of lack of success of Little Donnie in NAWA competition. But Big Donnie has had the opposite going for him. He's been successful almost since we began this program.
And as you can see, the fans just love Big Donnie. Burke County boys, downtown, Diggle Brown there, his manager, super popular with the NAWA crowd here.
Has Diggle Brown ever actually smoked that cigar, Michael, or is he just carried it around?
We'll have to get C.J. Bentley on top of that.
There you go. C.J. Bentley needs to.
We'll get all the questions answered here.
There we go.
Here for you.
And there we have Big Donnie entering the ring here.
This is going to be a huge contrast in styles. Tony's going to look to use his speed and his experience to try to work around Big Donnie's strength advantage and size.
Going to have to try to evade whatever offense Big Donnie brings to pass here, and there's no telling what you're going to see out of him. We've seen him go to the ground there before with some traditional MMA style stuff, but we've also seen him occasionally throw in some submission maneuvers there as well.
Which 50 Shades of Terrific do you think Tony's in today?
I'm going to say 37 today, Michael.
I would probably guess 0.
0, okay. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but we'll take your word for it there.
We haven't seen we haven't seen Tony in action in a while. He might have a little ring rust on him. And gosh, going against this man, I don't see, if he can't get around and move with his speed, I don't see him having much of a chance in this match.
It's going to be an uphill contest for sure. And there's Mike Galifianakis, our referee, signaling for the opening bell here. And we are underway, folks, with this first round matchup in the Scotty McKeever tournament.
And Tony Benge is making sure that the referee knows that Big Donnie does not pull what little bit of hair he has left. He wants to hold on to that.
Doesn't appear to have a whole lot there left to work with, but I'm in that same category, so we'll move on from that particular discussion.
And you would think it would be in the favor of Tony to take this match a long distance in terms of time because of the condition of Big Donnie, but don't let his look fool you or surprise you. This man can go for an hour if he wanted to. Well,
there's a collar and elbow tie-up.
That's up for debate.
Does not work out in Tony's favor there. He's saying he grabbed the tights, Michael. I don't know if I saw that or not.
I don't even think the referee believes him.
Probably not there. I don't think Big Donnie had to rely on that tight grab. I think he just plain old muscled Tony down to the ground there out of that collar and elbow.
And again, Tony might be starting the mind games, mind tricks on Donnie, so he's vulnerable to his attack later on.
Did you see that little maneuver there? Tony is going to be in a bad way if he doubts the maneuverability of Big Donnie there.
And let's not forget, Reverend Slim and TC3 have banned the splash if you weigh over 300 pounds, and Donnie's well over that limit of 300 pounds. So if he splashes Tony, he's going to lose this match and possibly be suspended, even like Deion Johnson was for using the butt bump.
I just can't believe, Michael, what's going on here in terms of the rule changes that have happened at the NAWA. You know, you'd like to think that our ownership is in favor of keeping things fair and down the middle, but when you're limiting our contenders from doing the maneuvers that they're so well known for, what are they supposed to do?
Well, you know, Cool Breeze has already been talking about change. It seems like there might be a little bit of a revolt building here in NAWA against the new ownership immediately out the gate, and I really don't blame him. But Tony's got a nice side headlock on Donnie.
There's a bit of a revolt as well there against that offensive maneuver that Tony was trying to build there. Big Donnie just plain muscling him down.
Oh, he needs a timeout. There's no timeouts in wrestling, Tony. What's wrong with you? This isn't baseball or football. There's no timeouts.
Tony's starting to show that he is in a bad way here. Now, what's he doing? I thought he was almost making a charge for Digger Brown there, but he's trying to get some momentum going. But Big Donnie keeps him down there.
Runs into the brick wall of Big Donnie again. Tony again taking a second timeout. Well, if this was baseball or football, you'd only have one left, Tony. You need to get in the ring and take care of business.
I think the umpire would have already been out of the mound there trying to get him to get going here. If this were baseball, for sure. Oh, now Tony wants a test of strength against the much bigger Big Donnie. Now, what's he going to try and do here, folks? Tony's got to have something up his sleeve. There's no, oh, there you go.
Oh, Big Donnie catches the boot to the midsection and drops him with an atomic
drop. Oh, man.
Right onto the butt.
That tailbone is going to be smarting there for a while after that maneuver. Now, Tony trying to evade as best he can this onslaught of offense from Big Donnie.
He's playing it smart here. As soon as Big Donnie gains the advantage, he takes off outside that ring to take a break.
What is
this guy is not very smart. This guy's dumb.
Now that he's giving himself a hernia, Big Donnie throws him down there with a body slam.
Now that's a slam, says Big Donnie. That's correct.
Right. That's right. Oh, what is this?
He's taking the cane of Digger Brown and is working over the leg of Big Donnie. Well, maybe he's not as dumb as we thought he is.
He must not be there, but my goodness, Digger Brown has got to be more mindful of where he leaves his cane. My goodness, Tony took out the trunks there, the big tree trunk legs of Big Donnie, now working over that ankle and knee.
Once the tree's down, it's hard to get back up.
Man alive, this is a change in momentum if ever we've seen one here, folks. Woo! A figure four applied in the middle of the NAWA ring.
And we are in the heart of Flair country, so everybody woos when you see that maneuver.
My goodness. And Big Donnie's in a bad way here. He is totally removed from any of those ring ropes. Got to find some way of countering out of this maneuver here.
I wanted to call Tony stupid, but he's actually pretty smart here. Attacking a senior citizen, taking his cane and chopping down Big Donnie to get him on his back finally. He is now taking advantage of this matchup.
Big Donnie was able to get out of that figure four, but he's back on the ground here.
And he's writhing in pain. Look, Big Donnie is just facial of pain.
That left knee is definitely in a bad way here, folks. Tony's still taking advantage of the opportunity he has here while Big Donnie's grounded.
Get him in some type of a modified spinning toe hold here. Well, a toe hold, he's not spinning. But taking advantage of that hurt leg of Big Donnie. You can hear the fans chanting for Big Donnie. Oh, he kicks him right off into the corner. And he's back to his feet. You can still see he's writhing in pain on that knee.
Can't get his full weight on that leg there, though, Michael. He's got enough, though, to send Tony back down to the ground, crashing with a couple of right hands there. And now just a knife edge chop in the corner. What's he got in store for Tony now?
I think he's awakened the monster of Big Donnie. Uh-oh.
That Titan is starting to wake up here, I believe, Michael.
Do we see an avalanche Titan maneuver here?
Could be what's coming here. He's got the momentum going, and it just crushes him there in the corner. My goodness. He can't go for that splash, though. We got to keep that in mind here.
Crushed him like a walnut. What's he going here for, a Texas cloverleaf type maneuver? Never really seen much of a submission game out of Big Donnie. Oh, he's got him, and it's over.
Look at that, folks. Big Donnie pulling a submission maneuver out of nowhere and getting a big win here in the Scotty McKeever Memorial Tournament, taking out Tony Benge.
And as you can see here on the brackets, that Big Donnie is moving on to take on Moses Ironton in the second round action.
Hello, my name is Stuart, and this is the first episode of Study Hall with Stuart Snodgrass. I am your host, Stuart Snodgrass. In this show, I'm going to be talking about all of the different things that I find interesting, from nature to science to video games to peanut butter and anything else that you can think of. So let's get started. First, we're going to start with amazing facts about the blue whale. Did you know that the blue whale is the largest animal to ever live on planet Earth? It's twice as big as the largest dinosaur to date, which happens to be the Argentinosaurus. I'll give you a second to figure out where the Argentinosaurus was discovered. Argentina. Number 2. Blue whales weigh up to 200 tons, or around 441,000 pounds. And according to my calculations, that's roughly 1,603.6363 Deion Johnsons. Amazing, right? Number 3. The blue whale's tongue weighs as much as an adult elephant, and their heart is as big as a car. Mind-blowing. Number 4, while searching for food, which is a little crustacean, if you will, known as krill, the blue whale can hold its breath for up to 35 minutes. Some people wish Amp Dominic would hold his breath for 35 minutes. That isn't very nice, but I get it. Number 5, the blue whale is the loudest animal on the planet. The sound of a jet engine registers at 140 decibels. The call of a blue whale can reach 188 decibels and can be heard from 1,000 miles away, just like Perry James. That concludes this week's episode. Be kind, be curious, and share the gift of knowledge. And as always, just say no to wedgies. Good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a result of the suspension of Deion Johnson, Stuart Snodgrass will be advancing into the second round of the Scotty McKeever Memorial Tournament. And as you can see there in our updated graphic, he is going to be facing some stiff competition as we move forward here in this first ever Scotty McKeever Memorial Tournament.
Yep, and here comes Perry James and his new wrestler, Hitman Hunter Thompson. Some people call him Hardcore Hunter Thompson, but he has been a hired hitman to come in and win this tournament and also to take care of Deion Johnson. But now he's not, if he wins this match, oh Lord.
What is this?
Don't piss off Mama Bear.
My goodness. She would do well to sit down there, though. Hunter Thompson.
She could eat a whole lot of Chick-fil-A, Hunter Thompson. You better watch your back.
I don't think there's enough Polynesian sauce in the world to sweeten her up. My goodness. But Hunter Thompson is a mercenary, folks. He has been brought here for one reason and one reason only, and that is for the Perry James gang to take out what is left of Deion Johnson.
He's going to be taking on Justin Vyse, a young man who's starting to make a name for himself here in NAWA Championship Wrestling. But Justin's got a huge task on his hands to try to take this man out. We both know Hunter Thompson for many, many years, and he's not a pushover. He's a tough man.
I was just thinking here, Michael, as we began to cover this match, I have been following independent professional wrestling in this region for close to 20 years, and one of the oldest memories I have is of seeing Hunter Thompson himself take on one-man gang, WWE superstar, WWE legend, in a no disqualification match that took place in the parking lot of a Ford dealership. I saw these two men throw each other through car windshields and smash each other with everything you could imagine. This man is dangerous. He is a mercenary, as we've already said here, and Justin Vyse has got to be on the lookout for what's coming next to him.
The leader of the Vyse Nation, Vyse baby, Justin Vyse. Hopefully he can pull the upset here tonight and derail the train of Perry James and Hunter Thompson.
He has got to be ready, and I'm not sure if he is, especially when you consider the fact that it's not just Hunter Thompson who's out here, it's Hunter and also Perry James.
Definitely needs to have his eyes in the back of his head. He would have been smart to bring someone out here with him.
We'll see how he handles it, though, folks. A young competitor like Justin Vyse is an example of the sort of competitor that we'll be bringing into NAWA competition here in the weeks and months to come.
We've seen glimpses of greatness out of Justin Vyse, but not enough of it to warrant saying he's going to definitely beat Hunter Thompson.
That's true.
He has a chance. There's always a chance in a match. But like you said, this guy is violent and dangerous, and that's why Perry James handpicked him to come here and take care of Deion Johnson, Cool Breeze, and Sweet Dreams.
There you see Perry James on the outside of the ring there, folks. Michael, we've come up with a couple different monikers for him, but I still think the corn dog with eyebrows is my favorite of the ones that you've developed there.
You can't trust a corn dog with eyebrows,
no,
let alone eat one. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Vyse, president of the Vyse Nation. He considers himself the definition of cool, smooth, and fine.
We'll see if any of that helps him here against Hunter Thompson.
Well, hopefully he's cool enough and smooth enough to get the victory here and advance into the Scotty McKeever Memorial Tournament. But like I said, he's got a big task in front of him. And as you can hear, the people giving Perry James hell, calling him bald-headed geek.
And there you go, folks. Vyse was already there with his back turned, trying to get in with the crowd. And what do you see here next? Him getting brutalized by Hunter Thompson.
Never turn your back on someone that's been a hired gun to come in and to take people out.
No,
never do that.
Never. He is now in a bad way. We aren't even a minute into this contest, folks. It already looks as though we might be at the end here of Justin Vyse.
Oh,
there's
huge
a big
cross-body block there.
Cross-body there. I spoke
the
too
end
soon.
is not near. Huge arm, huge hip toss there.
He suddenly got some momentum here.
He just hit Hunter Thompson with a Japanese arm drag there, and now Hunter Thompson has retreated to the floor into the Perry James.
The welcoming arms of Perry James there, you might as well go ahead and say.
Not very happy with our camera crew getting up in the action.
Oh, my goodness.
Again, we bring you the best camera work in the business here of independent wrestling.
We have to start paying those guys a little bit more here if they're going to take shots like that from Hunter Thompson. My goodness.
On the wily veteran.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Just throwing him into that ring post there. That steel column is totally unforgiving, Michael.
And that momentum train for Vyse Nation, it's just hit the rails.
What is this? The referee's got to
referee.
get control now. That's totally illegal. Perry
Does this guy
James.
know the rules? Is he dumb enough that he's been hit by a parked car? He doesn't know the rules?
Perry James has inserted himself into a number of matches that we've seen here, and that's another example of how NAWA officials, and I'd say ownership as well, are going to have to continue to look and see what's going on here, because that's just totally uncalled for. Hunter Thompson just stomping on the back of the head and neck of this young man.
We're going to have to get guardrails if Perry James is still allowed to be at ringside. Somebody's going to snatch this guy up one day, running his mouth like he does. As you can see, the fans want to get their hands around his neck and choke him.
Some people would say that's the sign of a quality manager, but folks, when you're almost creating a dangerous environment, is that really worth having around ringside?
Hey, you can't argue with his results here in NAWA so far. He's got the heavyweight champion, the U.S. champion, and now he's got Hunter Thompson, who looks to be on his way to the second round of the Scotty McKeever Memorial Tournament. Really in control of this young man, Justin Vyse, right now.
That is true. You cannot doubt his methods because they have proven to be successful here. His men are carrying, I wanted to almost say all the gold here, but they're carrying quite a bit of gold here in AWA competition.
Practically all of it, except for the tag team and light heavyweight title. But, you know, like you said, you can't argue with results. And we're seeing the result of Hunter Thompson taking this match. Oh!
There's another attempted a cross body, but Hunter caught him that time, puts him down hard.
I think that's it.
3 count there. Justin Vyse is out for the count after having been caught in an attempted cross body block there. Hunter Thompson showing what kind of strength he has in putting this man down.
And the investment Perry James has made in Hunter Thompson is starting to pay off.
As he will be moving on to the next round of the Scotty McKeever Memorial Tournament.
I'm getting word that Cool Breeze and Sweet Dreams are in the back. They want to address Reverend Slim and the suspension of Dion Johnson. Let's hear what they got to say.
Let's see it.
Man, what we gonna do, man? What we gonna suspend it? Lord have mercy.
Suspended, brother.
Why did they suspend Dion, bro? Oh my God, they pulled one over us. They pulled one over our heads, brother. I tell you right now, we gotta do something, bro. Oh my God, we gotta do something.
I tell you what we're gonna do, brother.
What?
The change. The change. The change, brother.
The change.
The change. Be ready. Be ready, my friend.
Wow, Cool Breeze and Sweet Dreams are not exactly sure what they're going to do, but they're working on a plan to bring Dion Johnson back. Maybe they got $10,000. Maybe they can pass around the offering plate to the fans if they want Dion Johnson back that bad.
You never know. We'll have to wait and see what they've got up their sleeve, though, because it definitely did seem as though Cool Breeze had something that he felt confident in there. But moving on, folks, we are in action here as we will see little Donnie. Michael, is he still your favorite in the NAWA roster, or have you moved on?
He is definitely still one of my favorites. He's going to catch a win here someday, people, and you're going to regret ever calling him a loser. He might be a loser right now, but he's a lovable loser. And he's going to be a winner someday, and you're all going to regret not being on the bandwagon early like I am.
I tell you, he's got we'll say, an uphill climb to make for himself here yet again as he's in competition here and not getting a whole lot of love from the fans. But we'll see if he's able to overcome some of the detriment that he's had recently in the competition, folks. He had a match there that lasted about a minute or so, but then he came back and had a very competitive matchup with Amp Dominic here a few weeks ago.
Let's see if he can break the streak of being the 122nd man. He did it once. Let's see if he can keep that streak going.
There you go.
Look at that, the face of a champion, future champion. All these fans are going to regret hating this man. You wait and see. I'll tell you, it's going to happen someday.
I don't know that I'd want to see that face on the side of a milk carton either there, folks. But nevertheless, who's going to be little Donnie's competition here today? We're still waiting to find out.
We're not exactly sure. They didn't give us the opponent on the rundown sheet here, but we're going to find out who he's.
Well, look at who it is. A returning Adam James.
He is finally, I guess he's finally been cleared by the doctors over his concussion.
As you may remember, folks, here a number of weeks ago, Adam James was declared medically unable to compete as a result of concussions he suffered at the hands of the current NAWA United States champion, Boris Baronoff. But it looks like he's back in action here, folks, and looking I'll say better than ever.
I don't care how hard your head is. If you get hit over the head twice with a chain by a Russian, you're going to get concussed. And Perry James tried to say he was a coward and didn't have the spine to show up for that Russian chain match. Well, we all know why Adam James wasn't here. Now he's back. He's going to take on little Donnie. I actually kind of feel bad for little Donnie because Adam James has probably got a lot of aggression and anger built up after being laid up in a hospital bed for a little while.
Absolutely. You can see the physique of Adam James here as he enters the ring. He is not a competitor to be messed with, folks. Definitely one of the men. Oh, what is Donnie doing here?
He's trying to get into the head of Adam James, but as you can
what? Donnie just tried anything he could think of here to try and play with Adam James' mental capacity here as he returns to NAWA competition.
Little Donnie might look like not the athlete of the day, but
I was going to say
he's a tough little bulldog.
I was going to say 200
Ugly
pounds
bulldog.
of chewed bubble gum is what he looks like, but that's neither here nor there. Adam James posing for the camera there as he returns to competition. Good to see him back in action here. Little Donnie looks like he's ready to go there.
It's going to be interesting to see if Perry James and Boris will now take that match against Adam James.
Very interesting there. We'll have to see how that plays out. One of many things that we're going to be following the James gang over. Oh, look out, Adam. There comes little Donnie. Acting like Big Donnie there, trying to get some clubbing blows in on Adam James as he has back turned.
And the clock has started. Will he last longer than 2 minutes? We're going to find out. Like you said, last time we saw him, he took Amp Dominic to his limits.
He's off to a good start here. Oh, but he just eats a big right hand from Adam James. And a series of them there now. Donnie still absorbing that punishment. Gets shot in off the ropes here.
Super kick right to the chin of little Donnie.
Oh, no. Is that going to be it? 2, 3 count.
Jesus.
As Michael throws his pin in anguish here at the announce desk, Adam James, ladies and gentlemen, returns and gets the victory over little Donnie. What was the time on that one, Michael? Did you see?
It had to be 30 seconds or less. And Adam James, huge fan favorite here in NAWA, taking care of his light work, so to speak, on his way to a U.S. title rematch. Hopefully, Perry James and Boris Baronoff will accept that challenge.
We'll have to see how it boils down here in weeks to come, folks. But man alive, little Donnie in a bad way there in the middle of the ring as Adam James celebrates a return victory here to NAWA.
Little Donnie finally waking up from that kick to the face. He's going to get back.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
Someday, folks, this man will win a match here in the NAWA Championship Wrestling. I promise you. I guarantee he will. He's got to. The odds, he can't lose forever, can he?
Do you want to experience the excitement and see the stars of NAWA Championship Wrestling live and in person? Then come out to our next live shows.
Yeah, he's here. Hitman Hunter Thomas right here. And, of course, he's going to have who? This Stuart Snodgrass? I wish it was Dion Johnson. But unfortunately, it's not. Unfortunately, they're saying he's suspended. The truth of the matter is Dion Johnson is doing what all those people do that cheer for him. He's sitting down somewhere, watching from the outside, looking in. And that's where he belongs. Good riddance, Dion. And then in a few weeks, East Tennessee's own former WCW superstar Bunkhouse Buck is going to destroy James Brody. And we'll never, and when I say we, I'm talking about the Golden Gladiator #2, and of course my humble self, we'll never have to worry about Brody again.
Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this week of NAWA Championship Wrestling here on YouTube. Join us next week as we will have the semifinal round matches of the Scotty McKeever Memorial Tournament. We will find out who will wind up in the finals of this tournament and go on to compete for the illustrious crown of the Scotty McKeever Memorial Tournament. Join us then, folks. Remember to subscribe here on YouTube, and we'll see you then.